Hey, what's up, Warren? Quick demo video for you for your MK1 by Roman Props. I know you've been pretty excited about this guy. You had found this saber secondhand, and the guy you bought it from sent it directly to me so that I could install it for you. There are a few things that are different on this guy than what you would normally see on one if you bought it brand new. They're not necessarily bad, they're just a little different, so we'll go over those. It is installed with a Proffie. You got a 2-button setup, so your front tactile here under the bubble strip, that's your activation, and then your back tactile is your auxiliary. You have a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker, but it is located underneath this clamp and this venting right here, and then from underneath the bubble strip, that's all your sound venting, and it sounds pretty good. You've got Shtok V3 for your Neopixel connector. This is the first thing that's different. Normally these guys come with a cup, has an emitter cup, so I can make a recessed, like a recessed PCB for a recessed blade. I was going to give you mine. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's in one of those little cases right there. I've got a static one. I just didn't plan to install. I was going to take my cup and put it into yours, but I couldn't get yours out. Yours had the sides shaved off, and then no matter what I tried to do, I just couldn't unscrew it. So I did go ahead and make this for just a normal blade. It's got a super short PCB holder in it, as you can see. It's not for heavy dueling. It's not for any kind of like aggressive swinging. This is kind of like a shelf queen. You can swing it around, which I'll show you here in a second, but it's just not made to go beating on stuff with, right? This does have a Rudy Pando chamber, so what you want to do is just take your grenade section, turn it clockwise, and then pull it straight up, and then you can turn it counterclockwise to lock it in place. You've got your stock greeblies here. This is the crystal that came with the saber when it showed up, and I thought it was really neat because it had some awesome shine through. It's double terminated, so it fit in that space really well. I just went ahead and I left it in there. So that's what you got right there. You'll be able to see that better in person, obviously. And then you've got your little greebly back here. This does slide up and down however you want to do it, right? It does slide up and down. You can put it in the middle or just whatever you want to do. If you wanted to buy a second one, you could fit a second one in here too and then cover that entire space. So we'll slap this back down, lock it in, and then how you get to everything is just want to unscrew this guy right here. You can unscrew the pommel too, that's fine, but all this area tends to come apart together, so you can just unscrew it and pull it apart. And this is your chassis. You've got your Proffie board right here. You've got access to your USB, your micro USB, and your SD card, and you've got a kill switch over here, and this is a 1.3mm recharge port. So you'll need to get an adapter for that. From the custom saber shop or just wherever you guys have in Canada that has something similar, right? Amazon or whatever. Just a 1.3mm adapter, and that'll do fine. Anyway, what you want to do is take your kill switch and flip it over.
Father's lightsaber.
You'll hear that.
This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. Elegant weapon, but a more civilized age.
As you can see, I got all your fonts on here. You asked for some specific boots, so I got all those on here, and everything is good to go. Although you have one crystal, I did use 2 accents. One of them is programmed independently, and I'll show you that here in a second. But for right now, we'll just fire it up. Super bright. Smooth swings, doing everything that it's supposed to. Auxiliary. You got twist off. Now if we take this and I'll show you the grenade section, what I did was your top pixel that's facing down on your crystal, that runs in line with your blade. And then I took the bottom crystal here and I wired it independently. Although I did on these particular fonts kind of make it match your blade, I just made the bottom one pulsing while the top one will be either a flicker or a static blade, right? So we'll turn this on. Might be a little hard to see. You can kind of see it flicker, but this is so bright on camera. go another font.
Obiwan Kenobi.
I'll show you the top here in a second. This is all wireless. Some people do this with wires. I don't like doing that. You'll never have to take this off, but I just want to show you one time. Your top emitter piece has a blade side PCB that looks like that. If I can get the light to not shine on it. Yeah, like that. And that makes connection with that 7-pin PCB right there. But for all intents and purposes, you should never have to take this apart for any reason unless you just like messing with it and you want to see how it's put together. It's pretty neat, right? So we'll go to another font. This is the father font. So you got a red blade. And of course, if you were to disengage this grenade, your blade will go out. But you can still see your crystal. Oh, we'll put a blade in this guy real quick. Lock this back down. This takes a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. All right. This guy's a little old, but it'll still work. And actually, we'll probably want to use my bigger one. That small guy's been sanded quite a bit, so it's pretty wobbly. If you have a brand new blade, I'd keep it brand new. If you have one that you haven't sanded at all, that would be ideal for this particular saber. All right. You got one blade retention screw right here. You can see it. The blade lock up. Got the blade style on here that you wanted. This is the Death Star one. We'll do some soundtracks, just a long press on the activation. We'll go back to the beginning.
I suggest you try it again, Luke. This time, let go your conscious self and act on instinct.
The blade lock up. Sounds like the training remote.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And then your soundtrack for this guy too. And we'll take the blade out and go over shutting this guy down, which is really easy to do. And then I noticed I have something over here I want to talk about. Your blade plug that comes with the saber. It's right here. It's made out of metal. I'm going to send it separately. I don't suggest putting it in here unless you put a thick piece of felt or something on the inside, so that no metal touches your pins. If you do that and the saber accidentally fires up, it's game over for this guy, right? But anyway, we'll turn this on and take this off so that I can show you that the kill switch works. Flip it, and it cuts power just like it should. But anyway, that is pretty much your MK1. Let me know if you got any questions. And if not, I will probably wait and send this out with your Luke Mom saber that I've been waiting for the helper board for. I just got word from Adam Days over at Veracity Labs that it got picked up today, and it should be here about Thursday. And once it gets here, it's about 10 minutes for me to swap that out. All right, thanks.